Welcome to day 81 of the Building a Better Cupcake 365 Days of Vlogs Challenge. And as you can see, I have a new addition to my face. I got my septum pierced yesterday, as we were talking about, and we're gonna talk a little bit today about piercing care, because piercing care is very, very, very important. You just basically traumatized your body. You put a hole in it on purpose, but you put a hole in it, and your body's gonna try and fight it off. And so you need to keep it clean so it doesn't get infected. And so your body doesn't reject the piercing. So here's what you need. You need cotton swabs, Q-tips, whatever you call them. You need some sort of container with just boiled water. I use, I don't know, it's like a half-pint mason jar with a teaspoon of non-iodized sea salt. I cannot say this enough. Non-iodized sea salt. If you use iodized sea salt, that's bad. If you use Epsom salt, that's bad. Don't use that. Some people I've heard use dial soap. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th piercing. So I've done this a couple times. I've never had a piercing rejected because I take really good care of them. So let's talk about septum. Septum is this, the bull ring. I like it because I can stick it back up in my nose and not have it for a second if I need. One other thing you might get is lavender essential oil. If you don't have it, it's not necessary. The only thing that's necessary is the sea salt in the water dissolved. What I do is I let it sit for a minute because I do want it kind of warm. I don't want it hot because I don't want to traumatize my piercing any more than it already is. So let's clean. I mean, the old school, like I got these, my first piercings was like the basic ear piercing, and I got when I was, I don't know, 13, so that was like a long time ago. And they used to tell you that you had to rotate it like 6 times a day. They don't do that anymore. And especially not for non-ear piercings. Don't touch it as little as you can. If you need to touch it, wash your hands first. I washed my hands with antibacterial soap before I got started because that way I'm not transferring whatever I've been touching to my nose, to my piercing. So I'm dipping the Q-tip in the water. And basically what I'm doing is I'm very, very carefully and gently rubbing the piercing site. I'm also kind of getting the jewelry in there as well because I want to clean off any gunk that's going to cake on the jewelry. It's not as bloody as it was this morning. You don't want to use the same end twice. Once you stick it in, you're done. So taking the other end of the same Q-tip and then doing it again just to make sure I got all the gunk out. Okay, because it's a new piercing, it is really tender. As you can see, my eyes are welling up because it hurts a little bit. And my nose is running, and I've found that it's really, really hard to blow your nose with a new septum piercing. That's one side, now I'm doing the other side. This one has a little bit of gunk stuck on the ball there. And yes, you do have to stick your fingers up your nose. I'm gonna do one more swipe just for good luck on both sides. Oh no, I just did the same. Ah! I did both nostrils on one side. Oh well, I just broke my own rule. I didn't do that, but whatever. And I'm gonna clean the middle because I still have a pen mark. All right, Throw that one away, grab one more Q-tip, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 1 drop of lavender oil on the Q-tip. Lavender helps with all sorts of fun things. I grabbed a hot pan out of like a cookie sheet that I just bake cookies on, straight out of the oven. Like straight out of the oven. Like I didn't even bother to go for a hot pad for some really crazy odd reason. I don't really understand why, but and I put lavender oil on it, and you can't even tell I burned my hand. Like it's a little white right now, but you can't even tell I burned my hand. Like I burned the bejesus out of it. It hurt a lot. What I'm doing is I'm just basically rubbing, again, like the first cleaning Q-tips, very gently, gently around the piercing site. And yes, I've had a lot of people send me messages, yes, that is a mustache tattoo, and yes, it is a tattoo. Maybe we'll talk about tattoos tomorrow. All right, so we are done. I have cleaned my nose for this evening. I may have to clean it again after I take my makeup off because it gets gunk in there. But I do have to tuck this back into my nose. So what I do is I even it out very gently, take both fingers and very, very carefully stick it back up in my nose. That way it's not gonna get caught on anything when I'm sleeping. Yeah, not gonna get caught on anything when I'm sleeping, period, the end. Because my best friend Angela told me a very horrible story about she got it stuck on a blanket when she was sleeping, and that made me cry, like openly just weep. So don't get it caught on a blanket, and take care of your piercings, please. That's it for today. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and leave me a message and tell me about the last piercing or the last tattoo. Don't leave me a message. Leave me a comment. You can send me a message too if you want. I'm all over the place. Just look for me at Cupcake, Instagram, Facebook, all over the place. And you, yes you have an amazing rest of your day, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.